So in my line of work, I get a lot of last minute requests to create visually stimulating slides in a short amount of time. This forces me to be creative and find ways to do things solely in PowerPoint or Keynote, since I don't have time to jump back into my creative programs like Illustrator and Photoshop. So let me show you quickly how I created this animation here, which is for a contest for Adidas using the basketball player John Wall. So you'll see his signature and name comes in. We have some flash bulbs going off. We have the Twitter post come in, and we have some text being populated in the feed. And let me show you how I did this. Looks complicated, but it's really not once you kind of break it down. So let's go to a slide I have populated with a few things, a few elements already to save some time. And the most important thing is to have all your elements somewhere where you can get to them easily. So I have my photo of John Wall, the basketball player. And what I'm going to do is kind of center him right in the middle. Nice high-res photo, which is what you want anytime you're doing presentations. And what I'm doing is holding Option Shift, and when I hold those together and click and drag, he scales right up right from the center. This is perfect. Let's get him right where we want it. Next thing I'm going to do is bring in a screenshot of a Twitter feed that I got from the internets. So I'm going to place it right there, right over some of his body. And you'll see why I do that in a second. I'm not really crazy about this photo, so what I'm going to do is switch that photo out. I'm going to bring in a photo, a nice high-res photo of his shoe. And I'm going to place it kind of where I want it, obscuring the old photo. Perfect. And if I double-click this and hold down Option and drag from the side, you see it brings it right in from the sides when we do our when we mask it out there, and that looks great. So the last thing we do to prepare this post is to click Shape and hit Square, and what we do is we bring in this nice white box, make it into a rectangle, and just drag it to obscure the old text. So now we have a text, we have a post that's ready to go, and what I'm doing is clicking the box, the Twitter feed, and the shoe, and I'm hitting Command Option G on a Mac to group them, and now we have a new post. So the next thing we're going to do is click on the photo of John Wall, right click, bring to front, and you'll see why I'm bringing him to front now, because what we're going to do is click Format, Image, and then Instant Alpha, which is how you remove things of the same color or remove backgrounds. So what I'm going to do is click on this black background, which is perfect. Just click a little bit. 1% works for this. If I do too much, you see, well, you can't really see, but you lose some of his body. So 1% is perfect. So now once you do that, if you click on this post, look at that. It moves right behind him just like magic. So let's place this post just right there. That looks great. I'm going to bring this text. I'm going to also right click that, bring to front. Click the text, bring it right on top of our post. That looks perfect, just like that. And this signature and text of John Wall, I'm going to bring that in as well. And let's just adjust this a little bit. Click both of them and Shift to move it over just to keep it on the same plane. Now I think that looks pretty good. I could adjust it a little bit more, but this works fine for these purposes. So first thing I want to do is have our basketball player come in. So what I'm going to do is animate this by using a pretty obscure effect that you normally wouldn't use, but I wanted to look like people were taking pictures of him in the big game. So what I did was use flash bulbs, and I'm going to make that last a little bit longer, maybe 2 seconds using duration. And I'm going to move this animation to the top of our animation palette. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. And you see we have a signature and his name. That's the next thing that's happened. And then this text here is the last thing. So the only thing we didn't animate is our brand new feed that we created. So what we're going to do is go to our animation palette here, build in, add an effect, and we're going to click move in. And instead of having it go from left to right, we're going to click right to left and unclick bounce so it doesn't do the little wiggle effect at the end. So we're going to move this right above our text because we want the feed to come in and then the text to appear after that. And the text is using typewriter, so it's just going to type the text right on the post. So I think that's everything we need to do, and it's all animated. Let's see how our post looks once we hit spacebar and start the animation. He comes in, signature, post flies in from the right, and our text types out right in the feed. And just like that, under 5 minutes, we've created a really cool animation that should impress our boss or our client.